everybody. Welcome to LavaDogs Agility. I'm Lisa and I'm here today with Boss, and we're going to play around with transitions. Transitions are those little bits of time that fall between what I think we all feel like the purpose of being on the training field is to train skills, exercises, handler skills, footwork, obstacle performance. That's what we tend to put all of our focus on. What is a bit neglected often are those little bits of time that we do call transitions. Our focus is always on what comes before the transitions and what falls after. And today I'd like to demo 5 choices that are pretty popular, and one I'm not going to demo, the final one. That's pretty popular too. And we'll discuss the pros and cons of each one and when each one is a good choice. So we'll start with tug of war. Tug of war is the perfect choice when you have a quick transition between skills that you're training. You want to keep the energy high, you want to keep the dog engaged. It's just for a moment or two. It starts out as a reward. Ready, sit. Okay, get it. So that was a reward. And now if I need to think a moment, regroup, converse with someone for just a heartbeat, tug of war is perfect. But as what's happening with me right now, it takes a lot of energy and you have to stay focused on your dog. You need to be putting into the game of tug of war. Good boy. What you expect to get out of it. Good boy. As you just saw, I lost my pup there for a minute. Yay! And I have to give him something. Good boy. Good job. There you go. Very nice. So I'm going to take a little break. And that's a pretty good point about tug of war, is that it's a mutual energetic exchange at a very high level. So if I need to give my attention to another person or to my own methodology, it's just too much energy being expended. So tug of war is great for quick transitions, high energy, engaging with your dog. It's perfect. When I do need to take a little bit longer of a break, I need to drop my energy down and think a little bit harder, have a prolonged conversation with someone. This is my preferred transition. It's hand in the collar. I've got my thumb through the collar, my off hand through the collar, my same side hand is on the dog's flank. They can be in a sit, they can be in a stand, doesn't matter. But I've got a hold of them. I'm connected with them energetically. I'm physically connected, so then I can give my attention to someone else if I need to. The limitations of hand in the collar, as you can see, is you have to be physically able to get down on your knees. And all of us aren't capable of that. So that, for me, is the one downside to hand in the collar. Otherwise, it's perfect for a longer transitional moment between your exercises. Another downside, let me mention though, is that I am with my dog. I'm connected to my dog. If I do need to wander off and go set a bar, change some equipment, practice my footwork, I can't do that with hand in the collar. So this is definitely used when it's not necessary to leave your dog. Okay, that was 2. Now number 3 has all the same attributes of hand in the collar, but it's handy for those of us who aren't physically able to get down on our knees like that. And Greg Darrett's going to kill me, but reality is not everybody is as physically capable as we'd like to be. So this next one is when you have your dog between your legs. I want to make a big point about the fact that this is not a commanded behavior. In Greg Darrett's system of handling, if a dog is commanded to go around behind you and pop up between your legs, you've just taught them to blind cross you. Now, if blind crosses are a component of your system of handling, no worries. But if you do use Darrett's system of handling, this is how I'm suggesting to you that you can have the same attributes of hand in the collar without the actual bending down part. So here's the important bit, is I have my dog with the hand in the collar, and I'm going to step over the dog and squeeze him between my legs. Now I can stand up, my hands are free, my back isn't bent, my knees aren't bent, and I've got my pup right where I need him. Same qualities as hand in the collar. We're connected energetically. I'm with my dog. It definitely drops the energy down, but that's okay because I need a little bit longer time. This is how you would do it. Again, I would never command the old time through the legs command that's teaching a handling maneuver of a blind cross. Simply get a hold of your dog, step over, hold them. This again, like hand in the collar, is very handy if you have that sort of a dog that you need to keep an eye on where their little mouth is. I can control the dog's head. I know where it is at all times. His eye contact, it's all within my control without the bended knees like the hand in the collar. Alrighty, so that's 3. Number 4 is going to be, it's a lie down. I use a down, good boy, a commanded down when, again, I want to drop the energy down. I need to buy myself some time, some transition time, again, to set a bar, deal with a person, deal with equipment, and I need to leave my dog. So we have to have a well-trained, and here's your cookie. Good boy, stay put. I'll lie down. Now I'm free to go anywhere I need to go. My dog is engaged in a productive behavior. He can earn rewards for that. He's on task doing a job. The downside, good boy, choice of words, the undesirable part of using a lie down as a transition move for you is that it must be fully trained. You must have good duration on the behavior. You have to not be in charge of it. If I'm putting the dog in a down because I have something else I need to do, I can't be burdened with monitoring and maintaining the behavior. Eventually, of course, how we get there is by training it and understanding my pup can only hold it for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds. Whatever that is, over time you'll build that duration, and you'll have in your menu of transition choices a reliable lie down so I can go off and take care of something else. Good boy. Alrighty. The flip side to lie downs is that in group training situations, a down is a very submissive posture. So if you have issues on either end of the behavior spectrum with your pup, this can either make a dog feel slightly a target. It can make, and you know, you guys know where I'm headed with that. So do understand that it's a submissive posture, and all the other dogs in class had better be reliable in whatever their transition positions are also, because I don't want to put my dog in the position of being a victim. Okay, and I'm not connected energetically, but in this case that's what I want because I need to go do something. Good boy. Okay, so our last option is what we all finally call cookie shoving. Get it. I don't do this with my dog, so I don't know that Boss is going to really know to do it. But you often see, yeah, he's like, what are we doing here, Mom? Good boy. Boss. You often see this in group training situations, classes, where transitions are handled by just constantly feeding, shoving cookies at your dog just to prevent them from doing other things. So in a way, that's not such a bad idea. If you don't, if you don't have something trained, shoving cookies is better than letting your dog go off and get in trouble. Good boy. But you have to ask yourself exactly what are you training. If it's just a Band-Aid, in the meantime, nothing wrong with that. But when you're shoving cookies, you're reinforcing something. So be paying attention exactly what it is. You know, often we see dogs that just go into orbit if they don't have a cookie constantly shoved down their throat. So Boss is loving this, but I never do this. Good boy. Okay, So the final one that I'm not going to demo is what I'll just call dropping your dog into limbo. You see it all the time when people are training and the instructor starts talking to them, or a friend, or they're just, they've completed what they feel like they're training, and they just ditch their dogs. The dogs are just dropped like a rock. And typically dogs, depending on their personality, opt to do whatever it is they feel like doing. Self-rewarding, doing obstacles, diving into other students' training bags and eating all their cookies, snatching their toys, diving into other dogs' personal space and sniffing their butts. We've all seen it. The most pathetic is when the dog just stands there looking at the handler, trying to figure out what they did wrong and how they can do something right. So please, everyone, develop an awareness of just dropping your dog and adopt one of the previous transition methods that I've demoed. Alrighty, so train a full menu of transitions. Transitions are not just downtime that fall between the important parts of your time on the field. They are vital to bringing together a complete training event. Train them thoroughly, train them thoughtfully, and think of them as the glue that holds together a well-practiced training session. And what you want is super glue. So get out there and train them and make them strong. I guess that's it for today. Boss Ho looks pretty bored. We'll see you next time. Good boy. There you go.